So I just wanted to talk a minute about something I pondered for years. And, social media nowadays has changed public perception of reality. And years ago, we just did stuff because it was meaningful. It needed to be done. And most of us still do. Many of us still do. Family's got to be fed. Bills got to be paid. The rent's got to be paid. The taxes, gas has got to be bought. Got to fill the car up. Fill the truck up. We got things we got to do. Got to get out there and make a living because that's our responsibility to take care of our family, to take care of those people who depend on us. If you're an entrepreneur, you got to take care of your employees, got to take care of your business. And I think a lot of people, the TikTok brain, as a lot of people have described it, has changed people's motivation a lot for doing things. And it's changed to where we do things based on attention, trying to hold other people's attention. And as an entertainer, that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to give people a way of escape from their everyday life, a way to entertain themselves and something they enjoy to watch, to basically entertain their brain. So that's what entertainment's always been. The social media has sifted the ranks to enter entertainment down to anybody who has an iPhone now can become an entertainer based on their skill alone. And I think that's a great thing in many ways, because it's opened the windows of the world to where people can see a lot more of what goes on in everyday life across many diverse lifestyles and people who have different responsibilities. Used to, in the world, you'd have to get out and travel. You'd have to get out and do things just to know a lot of stuff. And you still do that now. You actually still do, because there is censorship on media, and I know a lot of platforms are open, but the censorship is the fact that people don't want to post certain things on media because they are concerned about how it'll make them look. So you'll never know what you'll know on social media in the same way that you would by getting out and being a man of the street, as the old term would describe it. But when I was a kid, I posted a lot on social media, and I thought of it more as entertainment and trying to provide entertainment for others rather than just a blog to keep track of my life, kind of a little bit of documentation about what I do every day, different things that I do. And then I went through a phase to where I thought, this is meaningless. I've just got to do my thing, do things that are meaningful, pay the bills, take care of my responsibilities. And so I quit posting as much, and I kept records myself of what I'd done and to look back on. But I've recently gotten back into posting more of my life on social media, and my reason is because there's a lot of people younger than me who I feel like I can encourage, and maybe they can see things they haven't seen before, about everyday life. You know, a lot of the mistake that a lot of younger people make is they don't realize just how much work goes into even the smallest accomplishments in life. Just the smallest things. I mean, you know, if you've ever thrown a party, for instance, you begin to realize just how many boxes you have to check, just how many things you have to take care of just to pull it off. Or if you've ever performed, you've got to have all your stuff together to pull off getting up in front of a bunch of people and holding their attention for an hour or however long. So you realize how much work actually goes into it. That's why when you teach an instrument, you have recitals, because the students need to realize just how hard it actually is to pull something off. But I think social media is good in that way, in that it opens the door. But we still don't realize, I think, the amount of people in the world who are doing important things every day that don't ever post about it. You'll never see what they do. The men and women who make this world run, who just keep our power grid working at midnight, climbing poles when a transformer blows. You know, when a water line blows, who get out and shut the water off at 1 a.m. And, you know, we don't realize, and some of us do, the ones who've been out in the street, men and women who've been out working and done things, we begin to realize, if you've ever ran a business that's not just online, like a, you know, drop shipping or something, if you've ever actually ran a brick and mortar business, you realize how much goes into it. But, you know, probably 99.99% of the meaningful things that we do in the world, that people do who have everyday jobs, you'll never see it on social media, because it's boring to a lot of people. But with me, I've gotten back into posting a little bit, you know, to try to a little bit of into what I do on an everyday basis. But I can't do stuff and post everything I do. I mean, everything, I can only post like 0.09% of what I do, because I can't hold a camera and work too. And I mean, the places I go, you couldn't even have a camera person work for you. I mean, you can't see. It's just like less than the tip of the iceberg of what I do, because I'm trying to run a business. I can't post every single thing I do. But you think about me, somebody who I have tried to post a little bit of it, I'm like 0.01% of the guys who do things in the world. And you'll never see what they do. You'll never see it. They may have forgotten. You know, people who are actually busy every day, who have things to do, important responsibilities, you'll never see it. You will never see what they do. They'll probably forget. There's no record of it. And you think back through time, this has been going on since the beginning of time. People have been doing important things. So this brings me to maybe one of the most important points of this little video, which is that if you are doing important stuff every day and nobody's paying attention to it, but if you're taking care of your people, if you're taking care of your family, if you're taking care of your employees, if you're treating people right, the stuff that nobody notices, nobody will ever notice, you have nothing to feel bad about. Because there's little people out here who know how to use a phone, and they're doing little bitty stuff and getting thousands of views for it, like they've really done something. You do more meaningful stuff every minute of every day, and nobody even gives you a pat on the back for it. So I want to remind you to don't stop doing meaningful things, because God is watching, and what goes around comes around. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you, even if nobody's watching. And you will be a man or a woman who can stand when things are shaky. When you're somebody that does things every day and just does them because it's the right thing to do, you'll be the one standing when all these little TikTok brains are running for the hills, running and crying to mommy. You'll be the one who's standing, because you'll have the physical, the mental, the spiritual, and emotional fortitude to keep a clear head and just do what needs to be done. So you are the one who deserves the credit for making this world a safe place to live, a good place, because the little things that you do every day that nobody notices are what makes the world go round. You know, it's not about, at the end of the day, how much attention you get for what you did. It's about whether or not you did what needed to be done, whether you did the right thing or not. So I want you to know that it will come back to you. If you treat others bad, or if you treat them good, it will come back to you.